Bhairavi Desai. Ms. Desai, Ms. Desai, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, Commissioner Doe, and congratulations to all of the new commissioners. We also look forward to working with all of you. My name is Bhairavi Desai. I'm the Executive Director of the New York Taxi Workers Alliance. You know, I understand the frustrations that Mr. Cabeza is addressing. I don't take them lightly. I understand the ways in which that subsector has been really decimated over the past 10 years. But what I would say to Mr. Cabeza and to everybody else is the way forward cannot be to cut ends on things that are vital to the protection of drivers. I mean, we're having this hearing and this conversation today, while just very recently, two drivers, Brother Yadav Dangal, who was carjacked, repeatedly stabbed, was fighting for his life, was in critical condition, an Uber and Lyft driver when he was carjacked on the FDR. Saeed Afzal Butt, a yellow cab driver, who only got out of his yellow cab after he was attacked by two people on a scooter that threw bags of garbage, food, and liquid into his car and on his person. And once he got out, he was then randomly attacked by a group of 5 strangers, people that were strangers to each other, that piled on. The idea that crime is somehow limited and no longer touches drivers, I wish to God that that was true, but it is not reality. And these are two of our brothers. And by the way, I asked everybody to go to GoFundMe and please make a donation so our brothers can fully recover. These are two brothers who are not driving livery. One is a yellow cab driver and the other is a Uber and Lyft driver. But they are still victims of assault, and drivers remain at risk of assault and crime at a high rate. Commissioner Doe, we ask you and the members of this board, this rule must be amended. Vehicles that are leased must be required. Liveries that are leased must be required to provide that camera. You know, we applaud you for updating the rules in terms of giving more options, more modern options to the cameras, but that should not be an excuse or a pathway to take away something as vital as a camera, which is the only
30
thing,
seconds remaining,
especially in the absence of the partition, to have drivers feel protected. Livery drivers in particular tend to be the newer drivers in our industry. And you should note that the difference between liveries and high volume FHVs, livery drivers are more likely to do street hails, which in fact leaves them even more vulnerable. And that's the very reason why for yellow cabs and SHLs, you're not even removing this requirement. We need to work with the livery industry to not sell the drivers out, to not leave them vulnerable. There's a way to do this without cutting out the safety needs of the drivers themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you.